entire tournament will be ran in the tournament mode, which means we actually don't have to suicide even once with carriers. I think.
Absolutely.
That
is correct.
That is correct. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about that. Let's see, maybe we should...
I kind of miss killing myself, but you know, whatever.
You need to be careful with the Twitch terms of service making comments like that.
Oh, true.
Right, let's see. Actually, see, I think I'm gonna enlarge the minimap a bit more. I like having a large minimap, even though it kind of fiddles a bit with the overlay, but I prefer having more information about the team movements, because positioning, of course, is so very important. Especially in any sort of competitive. This I'm actually interested. I'm very interested to see if they brought Minotaur, Yu Yang, both radars, because then they're gonna have to deal with a single smoke, and dealing with a single smoke can be surprisingly frustrating when there's a carrier.
Especially when you're going to be outgunned by the enemy cruisers. Alright, so our initial deployment, we're sending our 2 Hindenburgs and the Zhao. We're looking like they're going to head towards Seaside, along with one of the gearings. Our Des Moines also looks like he's going to post up on the island in E6, around there. And then we've got the Republique heading towards Seaside, and the Montana and 1 gearing are going to A, to stall.
Okay,
also, our carrier is on a fighter launch first, so disruptive launch.
Yeah, our carrier sent out fighters first as well. No early bombers being dumped and scouting with those. Both teams opting to send fighters. Seeing the enemy team send the Hindenburgs and the Zhao on a flank is kind of expected. If you bring Hindenburgs, usually you want to be pushing a flank. But especially on a map with this much island cover, if you opt to not bring any radar ship and instead opt to bring Hindenburgs, it means you usually want to push a flank. And the fact that they're massing them up and they're bringing the Republic as well means that they really are planning on pushing this east flank. TTT, on the other hand, they are deploying a gearing, and the Minotaur is actually being sent towards C. That's very surprising. The Minotaur is a ship you expect to see in the middle of the map with the island cover and the air control that it can provide by creating that huge bubble. But they're actually sending it around to sea, so obviously they have some plan. The rest of TTT is pretty much going... Yeah?
Dragic just lost the opening fighter war really badly, so TTT is going to be at a very bad spotting disadvantage, especially on Seaside.
He's down a squad. Did he get strafed?
He got he locked over the Des Moines and got defensive assuming, and then he got strafed out with a second squad. So
he's strafing out and strafed. Wow, he just lost another squad.
Wow.
Actually, no, this was... Dragic actually won this one pretty handily. He locked up the fighter, then he strafed out while strafing in at the same time, so he killed the fighter squad. The problem is, the gearing is spotted, but the gearing is also providing AA. This is ending up being a pretty close early fighter battle. TTT has pushed the Yu Yang into A already, and it is a smoke Yu Yang. So they are opting to offset the fact that the Minotaur most likely is radar by bringing a smoke Yu Yang to the battle.
Okay. S4's gearing at A is literally alone right now, so if the carrier can recognize that and get planes down there to perma-spot him, he's most likely going to die to whatever's down there.
There are torps going out. There are actually gearing torps going in for Loki, and Loki is caught full broadside. I don't think he realizes, if he keeps reversing, he'll be fine. The broken engine almost screwed him over, but he does dodge in time. He ate a huge chunk of Yamato AP though. There's a second volley of torpedoes coming in, but I assume they are plane spotted.
Yep. And meanwhile, our gearing has been forced to blow his smoke because of the plane spotting, but now he has no real way out unless he wants to run.
Wait, no, they aren't spotted! He's gonna eat them! He's gonna eat it right in the middle of the ship! Oh no! And a huge early advantage. A huge early advantage for TTT. The gearing didn't repair his broken engine, so even by the time he spotted the torps, he couldn't accelerate in time. I don't know if he blew damage con earlier or what the problem was, but that's a huge advantage, especially since the TTT Yu Yang has already secured A, and they are getting both the Des Moines and the Zhao around the flank on A, so it's going to be almost impossible to get that cap back. Meanwhile, though, the Hindenburg Durin also eats a torpedo, but it's not nearly as bad, and he can heal and survive without issues.
Yeah, well, to S4's credit, they've realized that they're at a disadvantage now, and we can see that they're just going to push everything into TTT's side, especially since they've spotted almost all of TTT's cruisers on the other side of the map.
Yeah, the Minotaur from TTT is smoked up by the gearing. At this range, though, especially against angle targets, it's unlikely he'll do too much. And they are blind firing into the smoke, but yeah, honestly, it just looks like stall tactics, which is understandable.
Yeah. Actually, M-Dragic and the Yamato have to be careful, because if these guys rush them down, they're going to die for sure. And I don't think TTT stuff will get back fast enough to help them out.
Danny the Drifter, the Yu Yang from TTT, is gearing up to reverse into B by the looks of it. For those wondering why does he turn his ship around before going for the cap, the idea is if you want to contest the cap in competitive, you want to be able to get out of the situation as soon as possible. So he wants to reverse in and then bait the radar and then get the hell out. And that's exactly what I think he's doing right now. He is being plane spotted though.
Yep. M-Dragic has... I don't think M-Dragic's been doing well versus Lemagi at all.
Oh, and there's a drop coming in after those planes got killed. And Yu Yang does not have defensive AA. Yu Yang only has speed boost. That's one of the significant weaknesses. Oh, and it's a cross drop coming in. There's the first drop and then the second one in the side. It's a well-executed cross drop, but I think defensive AA kicked in from the Hindenburg Durin. And oh wow, Durin shooting down two of those planes was huge. If he hadn't shot down those two planes, Danny the Drifter would have eaten at least one torpedo. But Durin pushing in with his Hindenburg and focusing down the squad was enough to keep Danny the Drifter untouched. Eclair has been forced out of his smoke. Well, honestly, it looks more like just he left the smoke. He's not really under too much pressure. He still has his heal, and the damage he's taken looks like it's HE only, so he's going to be able to heal all of that. And yeah, S4 finally gets their first cap.
Yep, it looks like TTT is rotating most of their stuff up to block S4's push, which is smart. So... No, TTT or S4's Republic is taking a lot of damage right now, but other than that, nothing really is happening on the map. Danny's still setting up to go in, but he can't really do anything about that.
Indeed. There are some deep water torps from Yu Yang heading... I wonder what they're actually going for. Maybe the Republic, but the problem is the Republic can't really push any deeper. The Republic is caught in sea, and if he tries to push in, you got Hindenburgs farming him, and like so much potential damage. You don't dare to push in.
Absolutely, and since they lost their smoke, he just has to reverse. He can't try to turn out or anything.
Yeah, they have gotten some good chunks on Danny the Drifter. I actually missed it. I assume possibly radar or plane spotting did chunk him out a bit. But ultimately, all S4 or all TTT has to do right now is play safe. They have the lead, they have the advantage. There's no reason for them to push. It's all in S4's hand.
Yep. We still have Captain Schnitzel roaming around the BA area trying to look for a cap. And I think he looks like he wants to go into B soon. Our gearing, that is, our remaining gearing.
The Republic is suffering from the fact that, well, the Republic only has 32mm armor, and when you're dealing with Hindenburgs, Zaos, and all of this HE and AP spam, plus of course the Yamato overmatching his armor, he's taking so much damage and he's forced to retreat completely out, and this entire push is being stalled heavily. They need the gearing to try to make a play into B, because right now they could actually take B, because there's no radar in position to contest that. The problem is, I don't know if S4 realize this.
They do. Captain Schnitzel is about to head into B right now, actually. He's about making the turn in from our side.
Okay, well, then they're about to get into a position where they can just hold. If they get B, all they need to do is hold, because they will eventually tick past TTT's points. Tuinhek is under some HE pressure from a Hindenburg and a Zao. He's actually under pretty significant. 2 Hindenburgs are spamming him, so that's a lot of firepower, especially as Hindenburg HE penetrates his armor.
But this cruiser group is overcommitting now. They don't need to push anymore because they're going to take B most likely, and if they go any deeper, they won't be able to leave easily because they don't have a smoke.
Yeah, M-Dragic just hit 2 torps on the Zao, Green Hornet, so he's in trouble, and I think Hindenburg is overcommitting here. Blutwehr Gissen needs to turn around. He's pushing too deep. He's
driven himself into a crossfire. The Montana and the Yamato are just going to kill him now.
Yeah, I mean, he can get undetected and reverse because there's no planes around. If he reverses and gets out, it's still fine. Oh, but he's being spotted now.
Yeah, I think the gearing over there is hard spotting him, right? Oh, we have shots going
the gearing is in range, but Vergissen is still pushing. No. Maybe he's trying to get to the island cover? Meanwhile, the gearing got reset at B, forced to smoke up.
Yeah, He might actually go down if there's a radar in range.
There are no radars nearby. The Des Moines has... Honestly, playing a bit surprised how passive they positioned this TTT Des Moines. He's south of A, and I feel like they could have positioned him between A and B instead, so he could also radar B. But honestly, all they really need to do at this point is just hold on to their lead, and TTT will be fine.
Yep. They're gonna also get the kill on Vergessen any second.
Yeah, he should have fled. Like, I don't agree with that push at all.
Oh, no, he's not even gonna be able to trade for the Yamato because Tunhek probably has his repair up. Also, Eclair has moved into position, so they prevented S4 from taking B.
Yeah, Tunhek is healing as well, so yeah, there's no chance. I really don't agree with that. They should have focused on trying to secure B. Trying to push into the entire enemy team is just never gonna work out. Now the Zhao is repeating his mistake.
Yeah. Which is interesting considering how he saw his friend just die like that. But when they don't have a DD over there to smoke them up, to like help them disengage, they can't really do stuff like this.
Eclair is taking some chunks, but he is in a pretty good position. I don't think they'll be able to do too much. Republic gets a chunk on him actually. If he gets a Citadel with the next volley, he could kill him.
It's not likely. He's gonna be behind the rock once he adjusts his position a little bit, so he won't be able to be hit anymore.
Yeah, Republic dispersion is very good though. Yep. Oh. Yep. Oh. It's chunks. It's not citadels though. He's not getting that citadel match. He's just getting some pens and overpens. So Eclair does survive. The reason to bring Republic is of course that fast reload and that great dispersion, which we're seeing right now. The way he's consistently able to land shells on Eclair.
Yeah. I think the Zhao Green Hornet is going to try to finish off Eclair, but I don't think he'll live long enough to get it done.
No. Well, they have forced Twinhek fairly far back, so he won't be able to shoot the Zhao the same way. And Twinhek is burning. He's got double fires. Yeah, I assume that he has fire prevention, so it's only 2 fires, and he does damage Connaught. There are deep water torps going for the Zhao, though, and if they're not detected, he might be in trouble.
Oh, they aren't detected, but... Well, he can't be, but... Oh, Eclair might go down here. Oh, there he goes.
The Republic does kill him. And suddenly it's only a 200-point game, with S-Force having the capture point lead.
Yeah, but the Zhao is about to erase that lead. Or, nope.
No, the torps ran out. The torps ran out. And he's undetected, and they don't seem to be getting any spotting on him either. And Durin is under huge pressure right now. Is this the infamous TTT throw?
It might be.
Well, the first game...
Green Hornet is running away on 1000 HP right now.
Yeah, Calcify is down to 11k and he's spotted. That's a huge problem. But Durin is set on fire. He's forced to damage con the first fire instantly. They are trying to plane spot him. Oh, and Durin is trying to shoot down the planes. If he gets set on fire again, he's in huge trouble. He's dodging well. Republic is going down. Oh, and Zhao gets spotted as well. Zhao is going to go down.
Yep, he's not long for this world.
No, Durin does get set on fire, but he had a heal active, so the actual punishment isn't going to be as impressive as hoped. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Durin is perfectly fine.
Yep. The Republic looks like he got unspotted, so he's gonna live a little bit longer. And it looks like M. Dragic is running out of planes. I see incomplete fighter squads flying around now.
Yeah, and the issue is they never got the Twinhek kill, so they still have that Yamato firepower, which means good luck pushing into a Yamato. If they like Yamato in a position where he has a scouting force ahead of him to protect his flanks is such a scary force to push into, because every time he shoots, you're gonna lose health.
Yeah, absolutely. However, let's take a look at the A side, because Gradius is stuck in front of a Montana right now. The Des Moines is stuck open water in front of a Montana.
He is radaring Captain Schnitzel, though. He's radaring Captain Schnitzel and getting some good hits on him. Schnitzel is almost out of radar range at 9.7. Oh, that's a big chunk, but not big enough, actually. A drop comes in on the Montana, defensive AA kills it. Republic goes down to the Yamato, as mentioned. Radar is no longer in range. Wow, they almost have a full HP Montana?
Yep, he's been sitting in that square the whole game, hasn't moved, so... I think it's going to be up to him to push his advantage here and try to take these 2 kills maybe at A, if they want to have a chance at winning this.
Yeah, a drop attempt on zombie reeks of desperation.
Yeah. Alright, so I think the carrier needs to refocus and get these guys down at A spotted, because this is the only chance they have for a kill. Everywhere else doesn't look good for them at all.
Well, Durin is set on fire again. He's down to 8k health. If the Montana, for example, got a good volley off, he's pretty far away, unlikely. Durian does damage con. Des Moines eats a big chunk of damage.
Yeah, the Yamato just slapped him, and he's getting farmed by that cruiser in the smoke. I can't tell if that's a Zhao or Hindenburg.
It's a Zhao, yeah. They're actually making this smoke Yu Yang work really well for them, because those constant smokes must be so frustrating.
Yeah.
5 minutes left, 830 to 560 points, and the demand goes down.
Yep, 504 to 876. This Montana has really not gotten his money's worth out of the ship pick so far.
No, and I mean, if you look at the health difference, it's only 80k health in favor of TTT, but the difference is TTT has been very, very good at keeping their ships alive. They have a lot of ships that are barely still there. Well, Tuinek has healed up a ton now, but they've been able to keep them alive, whereas on the other hand, S4, as soon as they start losing health on a ship, it pretty much guaranteed goes down.
Yep. I think that's also, we can also see, because of the gearing early loss, like those two cruisers on the flank.
Gradius ate a fairly surprising torp there. That was actually spotted a while back.
It's pretty interesting. His radar is down, so they're not going to get the gearing out of this most likely.
Yeah, if they get spotting on Gradius, the Montana could kill him, but the problem is... Oh, Hindenburg is he being dropped?
Yes.
It's defensive AA though, so it's only going to be 2 torps. There are deep water torps coming in behind him. Oh, and big chunks. Oh, that wasn't decent. He's turning into a deep water torp. Oh no.
Oh no. R.I.P.
Yep, rip him. Wow. Well, TTT made that smoke Yu Yang work very well, and honestly, I felt this game was closer than it seemed, because if S4 hadn't made that Hindenburg and Zhao mistake, I think this game could have been significantly closer, because they got a lot of damage in on the Yamato, they got a lot of damage in on the Hindenburg, but that overcommitment from the cruisers, man.
I think that the DD death was the crux of the issue. That overcommitment on the cruisers wouldn't have been an overcommitment if they had.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the game from the point of view that they were down a DD pretty much the entire game, and I felt like they put up a really good fight until they started pushing in. I'm actually interested in seeing how the second game goes, because if they put up this kind of fight, losing a DD very early on, and considering you only have 2 DDs, and they lost out on all that smoke potential, I actually want to see how they do in the second game, if they don't get quite as unlucky with their DDs.
Yep. Also, the S4 carrier did an amazing job of winning the air war, but I think he lost a lot of his planes while striking. So as a result, they didn't have the spotting they needed to finish off some of the TTT ships. Like Durian on the Hindenburg got away with 7k HP or something at some point.
Yeah, I think Lemaggi underestimated Zhao AA. The Zhao from TTT actually shot down 30 planes. That's pretty surprising. That's a bit surprising. I assume he probably tried to drop him multiple times, but still, a Zhao getting 30 kills in competitive, not something you see every single day.
Yep. Unless maybe he was told to drop the Zhao because he was alone, but the Zhao was with the group the whole time, so that's a target choice. I
don't know. I'm looking forward to the next game, because that losing a DD early on is such a huge deal in competitive. And when they're the only 2 sources of smoke, and their entire plan obviously was built on pushing with the Hindenburgs, and having a gearing able to scout and smoke up for them would obviously have made that push so much stronger. Because I mean, they can't get crossfired if they're protected by smoke. So yeah, I feel their entire tactic, I think, went down the drain as soon as those torpedoes hit.
Yep. That was unfortunate.
Indeed.
But I guess we'll see how this next game fares. You know the map for the next one?
I actually have no idea. I have no idea. Let's see, maybe on Discord somewhere we can find it. Oh shit, let me ask something. Was what I wanted to ask. Oh, they're already good. The room is already going. They're already readying up the next room. Damn.
Yeah, damn.
I like it. I like it. No delays.
The new training room interface makes it a lot easier, I will say. Like, instead of us having to... Before, we'd all have to leave and then come back and bring our ships again, and everyone has to get back in the room, and then if it crashes, we have to do this all again. But now we just kind of like, okay, put everyone on the teams, swap the sides, and then change the map, and we're good to go. No leaving involved.
All right, let's put me on TTT side. The map is Shatter. Wow, Shatter in competitive?
Yeah. So do you think either team will play the C island? Or I guess we're gonna see the C be a complete stall, and then everyone will go to A. That's what I'm gonna guess is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the overlay that I have right now, the picture that, you know, with all the maps shown on it.
Yep.
It's actually wrong. They have the wrong map for Shatter.
Oh.
I think they have Shatter and Loop reversed, the pictures of the maps. Wargaming, please.
Too late.
Yeah, can't be helped. This is what Shatter looks like, chat. Not the Shatter in the picture. That was, I think, the map we just played.
Feels wargaming, man. Oh well.
Shh.
You can't say that. You're right.
Yeah.
So, what's your setup looking like? Same thing, or did they switch it up?
They have switched out a Yu Yang for a gearing, so maybe it was just part of their plan for that map, or maybe they're hoping. Whoa! It's already going live. Damn.
The speed. We're not used to this.
Indeed, I'm used to the delays.
All right. So, our only adjustment between this map and the last map is we swapped out our Des Moines for a Moscow. So we're changing the DPM for a longer range radar, which on this map I think is an odd choice because this map has a lot of close range areas. So
that's actually kind of strange, considering especially every single cap I feel benefits more from the long duration radar than from the range, because there's so much island cover. I mean, if you look at the map, there's not really a single cap you can't get close with Des Moines radar.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, if you're gonna take a ship into a close quarters fight, would you rather have a Des Moines or a Moscow? Like, come on.
Indeed. Now. I mean, it's possible if they're planning on playing aggressive, then the Moskva. I don't know. It depends on how far. It might be that they are hoping to counter that smoked up Minotaur. And longer range radar is better against smoked up Royal Navy because, well, the reach, obviously. But it still seems like a strange switch for this map.
Yeah, and even with the smoked up Minotaur, there's so many islands that it's pretty easy for the Minotaur to get smoked up near one of those and then just run to it if he gets radared by any chance.
Indeed.
Anyway, it looks like we're gonna have our gearing, our Montana, one gearing, one Montana, heading towards the seaside. So I'm gonna guess the gearing's gonna sit in cap and stall, and then everyone else is going to head towards the A side.
Okay, from TTT, the Minotaur is once again going really wide around C. They really like placing this Minotaur in positions I wouldn't expect at all. I mean, considering the AA power a Minotaur brings, you always expect it to be near a cap in island cover, but they like putting it wide in the open. And, well, so far it seems to have worked just fine.
Yep.
Zhao and Gearing supporting the Minotaur, and the Yamato supporting the Minotaur. The fact that they're sending both the Zhao and the Yamato on one flank tells me already that it's unlikely they're going to be pushing the C flank. More than likely they're going to be playing fairly static and fairly defensive on the C flank. On the other hand, they're sending a Montana, a Hindenburg, a Des Moines, and the other Gearing towards A. And Hindenburg and Montana are certainly more active ships, so I would assume we'll be seeing some aggression on the A side.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we have our aggressive side as A as well. Also, M. Dragic again lost a fighter right at the start of the engagement, or he's basically lost two fighters right at the start of the engagement.
I wonder though if he's not just willingly, considering the reserves a fighter Hakuria has, I think it's possible he's just willingly trading that squad for the scouting information, because
I think that's very likely. What did you guys spot actually? Did you notice we were
that was a nice. Oh wow, Lemage just completely outplayed M. Dragic there. Holy crap, he dodged his strafe and then strafed behind his fighters, and now he's strafing the bombers as well. Wow. Okay, Lemage completely crushed that early trade, fighter trade, and yeah, now they got full air control over C, and this Gearing will. Well, he's in trouble, I assume.
Yep. Also, take a look at Durian. He's eating focus from the entire team right now. So, This could be actually no. He's probably safe.
No,
He's
he's already disengaging, so he should be pretty fine. It is a Hindenburg after all. Less likely to eat those random pens.
Yep. All right. It looks like C is going to be stalled out by the gearing and the Minotaur for pretty much the entire match. And since there's a Montana around with the carrier spotting, it's going to be dangerous for any ship that wants to push him.
Indeed. Smoke.
What's capping B for you right now?
A gearing actually has reversed into cap B. I quite like that position because he's close enough to the island. Wow, he's gonna spot. He's playing very aggressive, but then again he is reversing, which means it's very easy for him to get out. He's even preemptively smoking. Ah, because playing spotting, that's why.
Okay. Do you actually see Herschultz right now? Our Hindenburg, GSR Herschultz?
No. We see Green Hornet, Seaside George. No, that Hindenburg is not spotted.
Okay, because he's in a very strange position where I expected Des Moines to be. He's camping on the island in G4.
Oh, is that a drop
And
coming?
now he's making it...
Wow, no, the plane's being strafed again. This time it's Mdragic who wins, who gets some really good strafe hits in, and those torpedoes miss completely. He had no idea where Danny was.
Yeah.
I think he's
Didn't
gonna
really-
lose 2 torpedo squads for that.
Yep. Meanwhile, you can definitely see our Hindenburg now. He's pushing in to flank Tunic, I guess. I don't know what his plan is here, though, because he's going to push into a crossfire and radar.
Yeah, that's very risky. And there's the first chunk of damage on him.
Yep. He's trying to... This is a very, very interesting plan. Unless they can burn down the Yamato before he'll kill the Hindenburg, but I doubt that's going to be happening.
I mean, he's pushing nose in. Oh, and there's the chunks in the side. The problem is he has to push in because he has to get out of the crossfire, but he's pushing into a Yamato.
Yeah.
If he was close, if he was like 8 km away, pushing in to maybe get torps off, I could understand. But when the Yamato is 15 km away and you start pushing closer, that's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, we've got the A cap, and C is going to be permanently stuck. So, Herschel's throwing away an early HP, I guess a set of early HP, but it looks like, just looking at the bar, TTT has lost some as well, but I don't know on what ships.
Yeah, I mean, the health advantage is clearly in TTT's favor at this point. The caps are very even, though, and S4 actually got A before TTT, so that means they do have the points lead by a very small margin.
Okay. It looks like what they're going to try to do is focus down the ships on A to push them back so that they can open up they can make a move on this Des Moines. I'm not sure who that is. Eclair in the Des Moines? Who's sitting on that island right now. I think that's what they want to do.
Oh, Gradius. Yeah, that's Gradius. Tuinak actually has eaten a fair amount of damage. He's lost a third of his health. It's possible he'll be able to heal up a good chunk though, because, well, it's very common for battleships if they don't consider themselves in danger, they'll just save their health. Oh, and battleship AP, Yamato AP coming in on Herschultz. Not as much. Oh well, 8k. It's still a chunk, but not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. Also on S4 side, we just gave up C, so they left their permanent contest. The Montana and the gearing that were holding that side are now rotating over to join the A flank, or rotating over to head in near B, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't have any force to push on this flank though, so not that surprising. And the gearing can't really deal with the Minotaur in any way.
Well, I'm surprised that they're leaving, because if they just kept it contested, they could buy more time for this A side to keep working down this Montana.
Oh, that was a nice shot by the Montana. Wow, that was a nice shot by the Montana. The Montana just lobbed over 3 different islands between the cliffs. He lobbed an AP volley on Gradius, and he actually chunked him down to half health. That was a 20-kilometer shot across the map. That was nasty. That was very nasty.
Gradius just got lit, and we see Lemaggy calling target on him really hard right now.
Yeah, because the thing with the Des Moines is it's very strong as long as it doesn't get flanked. And what's happening on this A side right now is that S4 is pushing this flank. And that means the Des Moines is in trouble. A drop coming in on the gearing again, but he backs off when he sees the fighter.
Yep. Yeah, they're focusing Gradius really hard right now. You see that smoke from Loki on the one line. The Zhao and the Republic are going to move into it and start shelling this.
See, this is what I thought was their plan in the previous map. Have that gearing push up and smoke, and then push cruisers into it to get control of the side. And I think that whole plan kind of collapsed when they lost the cruiser. And now that they're able to make that plan work, well, they have a 44k or 41k health advantage. And... well, they're still caps down, but if they manage to secure some kills, it's going to be big.
Yeah, especially if that kill is on the Des Moines, because that's a radar ship and it's a strong ship at holding corners and crossfires.
I assume those gearing torps were spotted. That's
Yeah.
Lemag is actually doing a really good job with the carrier play so far, from what I've seen.
Yeah, last game, I think his spotting was a little deficient, but this game he's on point.
Oh, is that a drop
Actually-
coming into the smoke? Is that a drop coming into the smoke from Lemage? It looks like it's going for a drop into the smoke. They'd want to force that Hindenburg out of the smoke.
Yeah, oh, he gets straight for one plane.
Oh, that's pretty unfortunate. Those torps that just came into the smoke were undetected. And the only reason Durin was able to dodge those torps was because the carrier forced him to move.
Yeah.
If he hadn't threatened with those torpedo bombers, I think Durin would have eaten torps. But now he kind of got a warning.
Yeah.
Hey, the Republic hasn't seen the torps, I think.
Nope, he is not.
Oh,
He should be fine.
No, he's eating
He's
one
gonna-
at least.
Oh, alright. There's the rest of them.
He's eating one guaranteed. Two, actually. Wow.
Oh, nope.
And that's damage conforced and against the Hindenburg. Durin is being pressured very heavily though. This
Yeah.
is a real battle going on this flank. Meanwhile though, TTT, they kind of just need to live because they're still holding the cap advantage.
I mean, you say that, but once Gradius goes down, they're going to lose a lot of control in the center. And then the Gearing and the Montana are coming back. So they're going to be able to start contesting C. I don't know if the Minotaur is still around to hold that cap. but if they
Oh,
lose
Hindenburg
C-
AP! Another chunk on the Des Moines and another chunk on the Des Moines! 3.7k health and he's on fire. He's forced the damage on the fire for fear of his
The
life.
Zao is going to get him here.
Oh, he's still barely alive! 1.3k health. Is he spotted?
Nope. We just relit him with radar now.
Yeah, or the plane. The Moskva radar actually coming into action here, spotting him, and the next volley should kill him. Oh, still barely alive. Zhao HE
Our
though.
Republic is going to go down.
No! He dodges! He's still alive! He's trying to get behind the island! Oh my lord, the fight for Gradius right now.
Yeah.
Zhao
He's
is
having
trying
the time of his
to...
life.
Finally he goes down. But the problem is, are they gonna lose the Republic in return?
It looks like that is a very distinct possibility. With the Yamato and the Montana and the Hindenburg all firing at him. Oh, he just got set on. No, he's not set on
No,
fire.
he's
It's just a
reversing.
Stupid space camo.
He does get undetected.
Yeah.
The only thing that can spot him is that squad of bombers, but I think the fighters are going for them.
Yep. The fighters are going for them. The Gearing AA is going to start chipping away at them. So I think he's going to be okay here, especially since they laid
The
the
planes
smoke, so
do
he shouldn't-
spot him. The planes do spot him. If they get a fire during this spotting, it's gonna be big.
Ooh.
Because he's spotted now.
Yep, and he just damage controlled. I think he damage controlled a second ago.
He is healing, but still fires could be a huge chunk. Durin is knocked down to 10k health though, and the
Yep.
Hindenburg is now pushing into B. Because they have pushed away the entire force north of A, that means the crossfire that prevented the Hindenburg from pushing into B is now gone.
Yep, absolutely. So Danny the Drifter is point blank range of the Hindenburg. Unfortunately, there's no radar up to keep him spotted for S4, but he should be calling for the carrier to come in right now.
Yeah.
And Lemagi, it looks like he wants to do just that with torpedo bombers.
Danny is completely bailing. He's probably afraid of potential Moskva radar or even Hindenburg just running Hydra.
Yeah. Well, I mean, competitive Hydro is a pretty rare thing, so I wouldn't
Indeed.
be worried about that.
But then again, we see a lot of fighter plane Hakuryus. It's pretty much become the standard, which means that the strike power is really only those two torpedo bombers.
That's
They're-
true, but...
And the
think about it.
Hindenburg specking manual AA and AFT can kind of get away with not running defensive AA simply because you shred planes even without it. It's
That is-
questionable though, but it is a
Yeah.
possibility.
Lemagi's dropping...
Oh, Moskva is giving full broadside to AP. Oh, he gets away with it. Wow, that could have been
Yeah.
very dangerous. Because there's a Montana back there.
Yep. I think he'll get behind the island just fine here, before the next volley. And then that means B is going to go the way of S4, and C is contested. As long as Liberty, I'm going to assume that says Liberty,
Yeah.
in the Montana doesn't go down, they really can't do anything over on C side anymore. TTT is in a horrible position right now.
Montana is no longer spotted. And see, this is kind of what I was considering, because the last game, that gearing loss, was such a huge blow to their entire tactic. This time they were able to execute it really well. They pushed up, they smoked up their cruisers. The cruisers did so much damage. I mean, look at Durin, look at the Montana. They're completely forced out of position. Uh-oh, Gearing is spotted very close.
Yeah,
though.
Loki is. This is a very dangerous.
No,
one.
no,
He's
why is he
turning
pushing?
into-
Oh man, there's a Hindenburg so close and a Montana, and he's angled against Battleship AP.
Oh,
This could be
no.
horrible. This could be horrible.
I think he's gonna dodge these torps. I hope.
Yeah, but the
That is-
Montana AP, that's the real clincher here. No, he reversed into it. No, I don't believe it.
This could be a throw.
This could be a huge. Why was he pushing? He was so like they were just about to flip the game around, like completely build themselves a massive advantage, and then that I don't know what that was. That was so questionable.
Yeah. That's
That was the
word
most
to use.
questionable thing I've seen all day.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if something tops that in the next 4 series.
Oh,
but that
Minotaur.
was pretty questionable.
Minotaur is
Minotaur
spotted by the Moskva.
Yeah, he's just gonna. I think Eclair's just gonna sit there for a little bit, take some shots, and then get unspotted eventually after reversing.
That I mean, they do get the cap advantage. I would say S4 is still in the better position, but that was such an unnecessary trade.
Yeah,
Oh.
and look at Seaside George now. He's stuck in front of Twinhack, so this could not be fun for him.
Oh boy. He's not shooting AP on an almost broadside Yamato. I think that's a mistake. He could be doing a lot of chunk damage to him right now.
I think that's a mistake, but he is pretty much dead unless they can somehow get everyone to shoot this Yamato.
He
before
can
it
get
kills him.
undetected, I think, if he stops shooting. There's not really any planes putting around. Oh, he's reversing
gonna
into the island?
breach.
No. He turns at the last moment.
Alright, nice.
And he actually dodges the Montana AP as well. Yeah, and he gets undetected. Whew. I feel S4 are playing this way too aggressive right now. As soon
Yeah.
as they push them away from A, and they got AB, there's no reason for them to keep pushing.
Yeah, actually, look at Twinhack might be able to get the broadsides of this Hindenburg, maybe, in a second. Never mind, he's not gonna bother. But I think TTT's A group is really low, and S4, if anything, they should be capitalizing on the lack of HP on that side,
I
rather
mean-
than pushing into the strong side now.
80k health advantage in the favor of S4, and considering the total health pool is 220 to 305, that 80k is actually a really big deal.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And what's Durian's HP at right now? Can he actually do anything, or is he too low to even try?
Durian, he's down to 3.8, and I think he's blown all his heals, because he should have started healing by now, so he's in trouble.
Okay. Captain Schnitzel is making another extremely questionable play on A. He's just gonna... Looks like he might go down to the Minotaur? No, he's gonna get away barely. But he just lost...
Oh, he's
12
giving
or
broadside.
8
He can broadside to amazing. Oh, that's risky. Moskva has such a large citadel. Giving broadside like that is very risky. Oh, there's a drop coming in on the Moskva. Nope, they get shot down. Never mind, it was the same color planes actually.
Yeah.
Because I've turned the camera's perspective around. Whoops.
Alright, so meanwhile, it looks like Toonhack is gonna try to push into B, which is actually not a terrible move, considering how he might be able to just kill these 2 cruisers outright. He is a Yamato after all.
Lemag's almost all squadrons are like 1 or 2 planes. I think he's very close to being deplaned at this point.
Yeah, he's been hemorrhaging a lot of planes. He lost a lot of planes keeping that Des Moines spotted, and then he lost a lot of planes.
Oh, Danny the Drifter is pushing in very aggressively. Oh, that Montana is about to go down, I think. He's eating a ton of torps, and there's even
and
more...
then he might... Did Danny launch torps already?
Yeah, he launched torps on the Montana. It might have been leading too much, though. No, they're gonna kill him. There's no way he can reverse in time. Those torps are gonna kill the Montana.
Yeah, oh...
He's picking a
But
fight with the
Danny-
Hindenburg, though.
Danny's gonna go down for this, most likely.
It's,
Hindenburg is still firing AP though. for some
it is a
reason.
points
Angle
advantage, though, trading a DD for a battleship. It is a points advantage in competitive.
Yeah. But for S4, since you're ahead, as long as you're trading 1 for 1, or
Yeah.
maybe even 2 for 1 in this situation, you're going to be... You consider yourself okay.
Yeah, but they...
And Twinhack is in a very risky position now, because he's stuck in front of 2 cruisers and a...
Oh, Minotaur... Did he whiff all his torps? No! Oh my god, her Schultz dodges them all! That was amazing! Her Schultz dodges all the torps. He's gonna go down anyway, though, to the follow-up
Yeah.
torpedoes, but... That was such a good dodge. And TTT have... Well, they're still alive.
Twinhack, look at him. Twinhack's gonna go down, and I think that seals the deal for them. They don't have anything to push onto B anymore.
Indeed, and yeah, oh my god, Hindenburg, Montana, they have no health. Durin
Yeah.
is 1.5, Montana is 10k. Even the
Yeah.
gearing is 5.8.
Well, aside from Miracle Torps, I don't really see how TTT can get back into this game because if we look at how far away their big hitter ships are, the Hindenburg, the Montana, like there's nothing they can't really push into them because they're also low HP, and they can't really get big hits because they're also far away.
Indeed.
So all
Oh,
S4 has to do is, or go
Montana
ahead.
Montana goes down. That's not
Oh
really
wow.
surprising. He was so low health. And with
Yeah.
Republic dispersion, 980 points.
Durian.
S4 are going to secure this game. And even though they gave up that early advantage, they managed to make that double smoke cruiser push work really, really well.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
All right. So
I-
1-1.
That was a really close game, and that was a good game. But one thing S4 has, and that we've seen it multiple times now, is I feel like they get way too overconfident when they take a lead. Like any sort of advantage they see, they go completely ham for it. That gearing play was extremely questionable. Extremely
Yeah.
questionable.
I think what he was trying to accomplish there was if the Hindenburg is shooting in smoke, he would have spotted him. However, anyone with competitive experience knows that like with the other DD isn't just gonna smoke him and then run off. He's gonna smoke him and then screen the
Yeah.
smoke for torps and for DDs that are pushing close like that. So I think that's the experience factor coming in, like you talked about earlier.
Indeed, because this could have been a much more comfortable win for S4 if they hadn't basically lost the gearing as early, or well, lost the gearing again. Based on this play though, S4 was significantly more convincing than TTT. TTT almost clawed it back, but I feel like it was too little too late, and S4 kind of they called the shots from the beginning to the end. Only the push in the end where the gearing managed to trade with the Montana, which was a really good push in terms of points and map control. It came so late. It came so very late.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like S4 dictated this game. They pushed, TTT ran away, and they didn't really do anything else besides flee and get punished the entire way running away. And S4 just took map control.
S4, yeah, their strong side really did work, especially since they were at managed. I think TTT made a huge mistake not using a smoke to get that Des Moines out of there. Because if he didn't die, then they're still kiting against the S4 force, and they can claw that back if they can dodge and aim well.
Yeah, and I also feel TTT, they could have reacted better to that push. They had the cap advantage, so all they needed to do was stop the push. They didn't need to counter push on the C side. I feel like the Minotaur was locking down C just fine. The Zao was completely useless on that flank. They could have pulled the Zao to help defend, because Zao deals very well with Republic and Hindenburg and all that stuff, or Moskva and so forth. So they could have just pulled him back to defend and help hold the flank. Instead, he kind of sat kind of useless until pretty much the very end.
I think they were worried about the Montana pushing in, just one-shotting the Minotaur for free if the Zao wasn't there.
True, but does a Zao really stop a Montana if he decides to go?
That is true. He would have at least gotten the Minotaur kill if the Zao is still there.
Yeah, I don't know. With plane spotting, you should also be able to get enough warning if the Montana decides to push. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's fair.
This game was dictated a bit too much by S4. They took control with the push, and they held control all the way through.
And if TTT manages to lose the next one, that'll be a King of the Sea mainstay going down in the
Yeah.
round of 32.
Wow, actually, wow. I figured this game might be pretty good. That's why I picked it. Like, this set might be pretty good, because they are potentially quite evenly matched. But it will still be an upset if TTT gets knocked out.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I would have to agree.
Because regardless of all the memes about throw, and so forth, TTT is an old school team. They are like extremely old school. They've been playing competitive since competitive World of Warships even existed. They are like one of the original clans.
And the other thing is, too, unlike a lot of other clans, like a lot of the original clans, they haven't changed their makeup all that much. Like, we still see, like, Eclair, these guys are still around from, OM Cup or whatever.
Oh wow, there's been some games I can show while we wait. TWA, as expected, completely crushed Warriors of the North 2-0. Rain 2-0 Task Force. Yeah, most of the games have been kind of expected. The elimination bracket round so far, Rain and TWA both going 2-0, kind of expected. And I think we might have lucked out. Oh, and OM just beat IRN 2-0 as well. So the winner of this game will be facing OM, which was once again probably pretty expected.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think we managed to pick the best game of the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the only game that's going to game 3. So.
Indeed, the other ones have been 2-0s, 2-0s. So that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
All right. Meanwhile, I guess we can. Our setup is looking exactly the same this time. We're just waiting for the Republic to ready up.
Oh, let me switch to in-game. Right. Okay, TTT is already just waiting for the last S4 players, including you.
Okay. Oh shit. All right. Here we go. All right. Oh, they haven't changed the map yet though, so I guess we'll see that coming up any second.
Indeed. Double Hindenburg from TTT. That's gonna be aggressive gameplay.
Yeah.
And the Henry. Wow.
Ooh, a Henry. I think that's the first Henry we are probably going to see in this tournament. So
Yeah, Henry is not really that popular, mostly because when it comes to aggression, everything the Henry can do, the Minotaur or the Hindenburg can do better, and when it comes to kiting, everything the Henry can do, the Zhao can do better. So
yep.
if they pick the Henry, I assume it's going to be a big open map, because you don't pick Henry on small maps. You want it on the big open maps where the speed boost helps it position significantly better than the others, because it is an advantage the ship has.
There's that one, what's that small map, Clan Wars? Sleeping Giant. There was one team that I saw that cheesed the Henry into the A-cap. He speed boosted there really, really fast, and they couldn't stop him.
Well, we'll see.
I don't think TTT is the type of team to do that, but I think that'd be pretty funny to see.
Indeed.
All right, so yeah, we're running the exact same setup, Moskva included, so just waiting for the map.
There's no Des Moines this time on TTT's side.
So they only have the radar Minotaur?
Moskva and Minotaur.
Oh, okay, so they dropped it for the Moskva.
Indeed.
Ah, trap, okay.
Okay. Well,
So which flank do you think the Henry performs the best on?
well, which side are Team 1? They are spawning north, right?
I believe so. Oh, this is the wrong map, never mind.
Oh, well, oops.
Come on, I'm tragic. We were just about to start talking about it too.
Yeah, exactly. About to start analyzing it. We are also swapping a player. Who did they swap? Overall, I've been pretty impressed by Lamagi's carrier play. Except for that one drop into the smoke, where he made the Hindenburg dodge the torps that were undetected. Except for that, the early game he completely dominated Mdragic in the air battle. Completely dominated him. He dodged strafes and he counter strafed, and it was just the early battle was completely in his favor. Later on, though, he tried a bunch of drops on the gearing in B, and none of them were really that successful, and he just threw away a lot of torpedo planes. But we'll see. Air control wise, so far, I think game 1 I would say went to Mdragic, game 2 went to Lamagi, and considering what a big impact that air control has, we're gonna see how it goes on this map.
Yep. Are we actually playing trap? I guess we are. All right.
Wait.
All right. Anyway, but I think the one thing with with Lamagi is he's been using a lot of his planes for dropping, whereas in some situations spotting would be a lot more effective.
Indeed.
So I think that's one of the reasons, like in the last game, we saw that he was almost out of planes because he's dropping so much, he's losing all of his planes, and then.
He was deplaned very early in the last game. Like every single squad was 1 or 2 planes. So if TTT had started mounting a comeback, if they had managed to get the Minotaur and the Zhao into the battle earlier, being down so many planes could have been an issue.
Yep, absolutely. So TTT's only brought 1 DD here, so this will. We should see some very aggressive play from them this time around.
Double Hindenburg, Henry, Moskva. Still Yamato Montana though.
Yeah. We still bring the Republic, so nothing's changed on our side. I'd imagine the radars are going to position around B, and then someone's going to take A, someone's going to take C, and then we go from there.
Indeed. Right. They're actually sending Hindenburg down to A. Now, usually when you spawn on the north side, or I guess west side of this map, you tend to prioritize B and C, because pushing A can be quite rough, because it's quite easy to get crossfired. However, TTT seems to be, wow, they're devoting a lot of force down to A. They're sending Hindenburg, a Gearing, a Moskva, and a Yamato down to A. Damn. That's half their force.
A is really strong for the north side, because if you can see the cap on A's bleeds into, goes behind that island.
Yeah, I mean, if you get control of A, it's fantastic. I agree with that. But usually it's this map goes so that the east side, they can't really contest C, so they go for A. And the west side decides, okay, well, we'll take C for free. Now, though, it looks like we're about to have a big fight over A.
Yeah. Well, not really, because S4 is not sending anything there. We're sending one ZAO and one Montana as a kiting force down towards A.
Oh, huge citadel from the Republic! Oh, Moskva gets spotted, and that's a 24-kilometer opening citadel. That's a citadel and additional pens as well. He's chunked, a third of his health is gone.
Wow.
Damn. Now, that's that Republic 2.0 Sigma. That's that fantastic dispersion that it has. That's a really big early opening. God damn.
Yeah, and we're going to get B for free here, most likely. And because you only have one DD, and I'm assuming it's going A with the rest of the ships, we should be able to grab C as well.
Oh, they switched in M4, by the way. TTT switched in M4, and for those that aren't familiar, he is quite known for his North Carolina performance in competitive gameplay. And now he's playing the Montana, so be prepared for potentially huge volleys.
Yep. So the Henry and the Hindenburg are kiting on C for TTT. And we've got our Gearing just entering the C cap right now. However, Lamagi's planes are in position to stop him from getting plane spotted here if M-Dragon goes for it.
Very early B cap for S4. It wasn't even contested. It wasn't even reset. It was instant cap. That's a big advantage.
Well, if the Moskva isn't heading into B, then or heading to radar B, then they're not going to be able to do anything about it, especially since our Moskva is parked right outside B, so the Gearing is using their combined AA to stay safe.
Yeah, Zombie Cheese is getting into that nasty position where he can basically contest or cap A, and the only way to reset him is to push extremely aggressively, and considering he has a Moskva and a Yamato as backup, it's quite unlikely that push will happen.
Yeah, S4 only has a ZAO and a Montana down here. The Gearing that capped B is now making a rotation to join them, it looks like. So, or he's going to sit in between A and B and just dump torps down if they try to push. It looks like that's his plan.
Henry is being sent north, as we kind of suspected. He's going to go the long flank around, and yeah, that's pretty much where you want to send a ship like the Henry. He's got a Hindenburg to help him out. I guess they will try to play some sort of aggression here, but C is falling. Wow. S4 takes a huge lead. Having 2 caps to 0 this early on, that's going to spiral. They're going to be at almost 400 points before A is even capped. And that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grimlock is finally pushing into A to speed up the cap because they really need it, but it's still going to be a 100-point lead this early in the game.
Yeah, that's bad. It's really bad for TTT. And I don't know who's chunking this Yamato, but someone's hitting in. The other thing is, when you only have one DD, it's going to be hard for them to rotate back around and to get into contesting the other caps. Since now their DD has to go from A all the way back to B if he wants to start contesting a cap. Or he's going to stay down and support these guys at A.
Indeed.
Also, we've got our Hindenburg.
Oh, Battleship AP on the Gearing. Oh, and he gets chunked. That's that Yamato dispersion and Yamato accuracy. That was a very long-range volley from Twinhack, and I think he got 1 full penetration on the Gearing, so he got chunked down by a 4k health.
Yeah, he's down 6k, so someone else must have hit him if it was only 4k. Meanwhile, on the seaside, Durian is down to 33,000. He's already lost 20k HP, probably to the Republic. and he's being forced to turn away here, which means the Henry is going to be alone up in that corner.
Yeah, the trades are going back and forth. The Minotaur Eclair is pushing into B now. That's a bit risky. That's risky because if he gets spotted right now, he's in a crossfire between the Montana and basically the force at sea. If he does get close to the island, though, he's going to be in a really nasty position.
He should be in radar range. Oh, here they go. They pop the radar, or that's the plane spotting. I can't really tell.
I think it's a plane spotting because he's shooting down the planes.
Okay.
There's the Montana is guaranteed shooting him. There's no way the Montana isn't taking a pot shot, nothing.
Yep, here's the shot.
Yeah, here's the AP. And the gearing gets spotted as well. Oh, he's turning into the battleship AP. Oh, no citadels. No citadels. Wow, that was lucky because he didn't really evade. He kind of just YOLO'd to the island and he got away with it. Now he's in such a position that it's almost impossible to dislodge this Minotaur without getting a flank.
You know, you'd think that, but look at GSR, Schultz. Can shoot him from where he is right now, if he stays spotted, that is.
Yeah, that's the thing. How are they going to keep him spotted? You can't keep him plane spotted because it's a Minotaur, so the only thing spotting him is the radar, and as soon as the radar runs out, he's going to be undetected.
Yeah, the radar has just dropped, so it looks like S4's play here is to send the gearing, the capped B, back onto B to contest. But the Minotaur should be a radar Minotaur, so they're going to be able to push him off periodically.
Yeah, the thing is, though, it's so hard to get rid of this guy now. They have to blow radars just to chunk him, and as long as he remains angled and it's cruisers that's shooting him, he cannot heal so much of the damage.
Yep.
Oh, he's spotted again.
Yeah, it looks like our gearing might actually be hard spotting him right now. Yeah, it is our gearing. Captain Schnitzel is hard spotting.
Oh, but he got plane spotted in return. That's not a trade he wants to take. That's not a trade he wants to take against the Minotaur. That is not a trade you want. Even with a nose-in Minotaur, that is so much damage to DDs.
Yeah, Yamato coming in now too.
Oh, no, Schnitzel, you do not want to take that fight. Oh, huge citadel from the Montana! The Montana stern citadels in.
They get Captain Schnitzel though.
Yeah, that was M4. That battleship AP actually finished him. But the problem is the next battleship volley on Eclair. He reversed so far to dodge the torps and the incoming fire that he reversed into Montana range and he got citadeled. He still barely lives. The gearing is charging in to smoke him.
Looks like he's gonna go down to the concentrated fire of the whole team.
Carrier dropped. Wait, is he gonna hit zombie cheese? He's hitting zombie cheese! No way!
Oh, is he gonna? No, he's not gonna hit Eclair. No way.
No. But they're still raining down fire on them. Oh no, he's down to 1.7k health. Oh, they get the kill, and Zombie Cheese lost half his HP pool. Oh no.
That is. Oh, Zombie Cheese now doesn't have the AA support, so if Lamagi commits to hard spotting him, maybe the Moskva can.
Exactly, there's no more Minotaur to protect him from spotting. Oh no, he's being plane spotted now. Does he have his smoke? He's down to 8k health now. The carrier is intentionally pulling his planes to spot him. Zombie Cheese is in huge trouble. If they get this kill, they are in huge trouble.
Oh, Loki, on the other hand, is losing a lot of HP. I don't know where he's taking all this damage from.
Yeah, where was it? Moskva radar, I assume. Moskva must have been... I think Grimlock was radaring him.
Okay, he should be fine right now, though, because he's got the Moskva AA to keep the planes off. Zombie Cheese, meanwhile, is getting fought over now by the carriers, and let's see how much damage he takes here.
He's down to 8k health. Moskva is within range to shoot him, though. Oh, that accurate railgun HE. He's forced to smoke. He is forced to smoke. Yeah, down to 5k health.
Radar. If it's still up? I don't know if it is.
He's leading too much. Moskva is leading too much. He gets one hit. Moskva is within radar range.
It does look like he has it up though. If he would have popped it.
They're blind firing though, and they're getting a lot of hits. Is he gonna radar? He's giving broadside to the Yamato though.
He just popped it. He just popped it.
The Yamato might punish this Moskva though. Yamato has turned his guns for it. If that Moskva gets spotted
here's the
again.
radar. All the focus is coming in on Zombie Cheese. Let's see.
Oh, 800. Oh, 300. Oh no, and here comes the plane spotting. He's barely hanging on. Oh, and they secure the kill. And that is a kill advantage in favor of S4.
Oh, now look at this mistake. Danny the Drifter pushing into B.
Yeah, he tried to help him. But I think he overcommitted because now he's crossfired.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. TTT, no. Stop pushing. He should just stop and reverse. He can get undetected if he just stops and reverse.
Yeah.
He's committing though. I think he figured we're already too deep. We can't turn away anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but I mean, he looks like he wants to commit to the island or YOLO into Loki maybe to get the kill.
Yeah, but here comes the Montana IP. Here comes the Montana IP. He dodges most of it.
All right, Loki needs to get out of there. Though.
How does he get? He was forced to angle into the AP though. How does he get to the island without giving a full perfect broadside?
Republic.
Oh! TTT, no! What are you doing? What was that push? Oh
And now
no!
they're gonna lose A.
They are losing. They are pushing C in return, but that's 150 points in favor of S4, because S4 also secures A, and Tuinek is in huge trouble. Gearing is radar though. Gearing is radar. Loki is radar. That's battleship AP coming in on the gearing. That Yamato dispersion is so disgusting. Oh, just too far.
I can't see him living, even if he
He's
gets away from
juking really well. He's stopping and reversing and accelerating back and forth, and he's actually able to dodge. He got undetected. He lived.
What?
He lived. No way.
1500. Here comes the carrier planes.
Oh, carrier plane spotting is gonna kill him. Has to kill him. He's reversing back into the smoke. Oh, Yamato AP coming in again.
Heck doesn't miss this.
It's a one hit, but it's not enough.
119?
Oh, and he does go down. Meanwhile, though, Tuinhek is about to get dropped by the carrier. Surely he's going for him.
Grimlock.
Oh, and Grimlock is also being dropped. Oh, Grimlock is eating so many torps.
Oh, he's gonna go down here if he doesn't have defensive.
And he doesn't have. He's eating. Oh no, he's eating
he's
another
dead.
set. That's 2 torps he's eating. He dodges the 3rd.
Oh,
He's flooding though. He's flooding. He's flooding. He's perma flooding. Oh no, he's guaranteed
no.
dead.
and look at Durian's push onto. They're focusing down Durian now, and Herschultz is Herschultz has a perfect broadside almost. So Durian's gonna go down here too.
Huge citadel from Tuinhek on the Zal, clutching, taking him down to half HP. But this Yamato, what can he do in this position? He's
Yeah, he's gonna go down. And meanwhile, we have Henry 4 versus Hindenburg. Ram or torpedoes? What do we?
Yeah, and Durian is going down while trading with Blutvergissen. They ram each other. The Henry rams him, and that's actually a really good trade for S4 since they are ahead. Even trades are good for them.
Yep. Durian's gonna go down here to the Moskva, and they might not even get the trade if they don't have carriers.
Montana might secure him. The Republic kills Durian. Oh, there comes the battleship AP. There comes the M4 AP.
M4 clutch our kick.
Oh, he clutches it. They needed that kill. They needed that kill so badly. TTT still has a 2-cap advantage, and we're in a hilarious random battle situation where the 2 tier 10 battleships are the only guys alive on TTT's side. Man, this feels like every ranked battle I've ever played.
Oh no. Meanwhile, this is a good drop. Maybe getting the flood. If you're S4's Montana right now, you go out and ram Tuinak.
Yeah, I mean...
What is Zhao doing?
No, Zhao! Zhao, no! Oh no, that turret traverse, that Yamato turret traverse. Oh my lord, it's so slow. But it's still Yamato AP. And it doesn't do enough. It doesn't do enough.
Zhao is gonna get away, but I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. That was so risky, and they need to get points.
He tried to get some sort of torps to stop him from pushing into the Montana.
Ooh, we've got a brawl. M4 versus Calcify in the Republic. I actually don't know which
more
ship has the
battleship
advantage.
AP. No, it's 1 pen. Oh, here comes even more, and he's giving a significant amount of broadside.
S4 almost.
Oh, and he's chunked down to 4k health. 5k, he's healing up, but here comes the carrier drop. They have to realize they're gonna try to drop the carrier. Montana rams the Republic? What? No, that's horrible.
That's a horrible trade, and we need a...
Like
Our Montana needs to do something.
I assume the Republic just popped speed boost and rammed him full speed. I missed it entirely. Oh, but Tuinhek does secure the kill.
S4!
Note that TTT still has the cap advantage. Oh, this drop is gonna wreck him. No, it's only 1 torp, and if he hits it on the belt, it won't kill him, because Yamato torpedo belt is so strong.
Yeah, we've got the second torpedo drop.
Oh, he can still kill the Montana. Uh-oh, that second drop, though.
Oh. One...
Oh!
Goes down.
He goes
Okay,
down.
so right now we've got Seaside George is making a beeline for B, and they're probably going to send the Maggie to C, because right now it's just the Hakuryu. That's pretty much it.
3 versus 1. Yeah, but he's gonna kill the Montana, I think.
I don't think he's going to kill him here.
No, he's lining up the perfect side drop.
gonna die.
There's no defensive AA. If he lands both torps, that guy's dead. Oh, but one plane gets killed.
Yeah.
And
AARNG right there.
this, holy crap, what a series. I mean, it's still not over though, because it's 5 minutes left, and if the Hakuria kills the Montana, that's a lot of points that they need to claw back.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know if this Montana has heals up, and I don't know if Lemagi is completely deplaned now though.
Yeah, like the fighter control is entirely in TTT's favor. This is still doable. It's still doable. Oh, Montana is healing, and he's shooting the Hakuria, but at this range, it's unlikely to do much.
Yeah, that's just like a courtesy shot. Like, yo, I'm here still.
This is potentially TTT, one of the most old school clans, being absolutely eliminated in the round of 32. Are you serious? Can you believe it? TTT being eliminated?
I did not expect this at all.
No. Well, I picked this game because I thought this was going to be the closest of round 1, but even when expecting the game to be close, I still thought TTT was going to win. Like, I thought they were the favorites. But S4 is pulling out all the stops, and now the Hindenburg pushes into the cap.
Yeah. I think...
130 points. If they kill this Montana, if he kills this Montana and manages to live for 3 minutes, I don't know.
No, because the Hakuria is going to be able to step onto C before...
Is he close to C?
He is in F8 right now.
Okay.
The bottom half of F8.
Okay,
so
well then it's going to be almost impossible.
Yeah, and there's only 3 torpedo bombers left versus a 28,000 HP Montana. He just killed one of them too. Wow. This is... I think this game is long for this world.
Oh, and he shot that one. If he gets a torp on the nose and causes a flooding, if he hits the nose...
Oh, it was a squad of 4. He does get the nose hit.
High chance of flooding. It's flooding! It's flooding! It's pura-flooding! No, he's saving his repair for the bombers. But any damage con, he had to use the damage con because he hit perfectly on the nose. For those that aren't aware, if you hit the torpedo belt, you have a significantly lesser chance. But torps on the nose and stern are almost 100% chance of flooding. Uh-oh. Here comes the bomber. Here comes the bomber. Will he get the fires that he needs?
He needs at least 2 to kill him. Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3.
Yeah, a double fire is needed. Uh-oh. It's in the hands of the RNG gods now, boys.
Yeah. TTT crossing their fingers. Oh no.
He shoots down one plane. Oh, he's dropping from the side?
Interesting choice.
One fire. One fire. That's not gonna be enough.
Game.
That's not gonna be enough.
Yeah,
There's no way. Because now the points gain for S4 has stopped. Because the Hakuria has entered C.
Yep. M Dragic. Just looking at the time left, I don't have that mod that shows you the exact point gains, but I think I'm gonna have to give this to S4.
Yeah.
Well played to them.
Yeah, I like, unless he detonates one of them. If he gotten that kill on the Montana, I don't know. Even then, I don't know. But
yeah, I think the math checks out. If he got the kill on the Montana, they'd be at like 970. So
yeah.
Maybe they would have gotten it. Actually, the Montana's burning down to 4k HP right now. 3k.
Oh wow, really? 3.4?
Yeah,
oh no, really? 2.8 and the fire runs out? 2.8 and the fire runs out?
If the bomber even had landed, he would have gotten that kill.
Yeah, he didn't even need a fire, he just needed to hit 2 bombs. And he hit 1. Oh wow.
That's unfortunate.
That is
very
unfortunate.
Good game from both of these teams, though.
Yeah, very. What an entertaining match. What an absolutely entertaining match. But I don't. That TTT play of YOLOing into B. Oh no, that TTT play of YOLOing into B.
Yeah.
Like the Minotaur, I feel like they should have just abandoned him. Once the Minotaur, they realized the Minotaur was dead. Just leave him. They sent in a Gearing and the Hindenburg after him, and both got kills as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or both got killed.
Gearing, I think I could understand. I can see the Gearing.
Yeah, Gearing smoking up Minotaur, that makes sense. But the Hindenburg, yeah, that was debatable.
I don't know what the Hindenburg would have accomplished if he was in there, even if, you know.
And special props to the Republic, YOLO ramming into the Montana. Because the Republic was quite low and the Montana was pretty much full HP. And he just rammed full speed into M4 and traded that kill. That was a very clutch move.
I also think, yeah, I think for S4, the big misplays would be the Zhao. He really did not have to push a Yamato like that. And if he did push a Yamato like that, he should just YOLO'd with the torpedoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's out killing himself down south. That was also debatable. Very debatable. Wow. Wow. What a goddamn game.
Yep. Oh, I have to restart my stream.
That's
Something's wrong with it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, we can go to the live. I'm gonna get something to drink and BRB bio. We can go to the live screen. The next game. What is our next match actually?
Spa